guys, I fell for the AI slop fest. I am disappointed in myself, but on the other hand, it's kind of on me for not doing my full due diligence on this book. But on the other hand, I bought it, I see what it is, so I am warning you, so hopefully none of you make the same damn mistake on this one, or any of the others by this same author. Because, oh my god, this is pathetic. So, this book, I don't know how I stumbled upon it on Amazon, but you know me. If it's anything with Liza Minnelli's name on it, I am going to buy it. That is what I've done for the past 22 years. Why would I change now? So, I saw this book turn up. Looks like a normal enough book, right? Yeah. So I was like, it looks pretty generic, like a Liza Minnelli biography. A Life in Music in Hollywood by Boyce M. Dunphy. But at the same time, I was like, well, I'm not expecting great or magical things out of it. But what the hell? Let's buy it, because it's a Liza thing I don't technically own yet, so let's change that so it's in my collection. Best case scenario, maybe it'll surprise me. Worst case scenario, we get to laugh at it for being bad? Yeah, question mark? It's the latter one. It's the latter one. So, this book cost me $14.99. So $15 for this thing, right? And I think this is why I didn't dig too deeply on it. I kind of was just like, get in the cart, order it. I didn't even, look into it. That's my fatal flaw on that one. That is on me. The Kindle version is $7. So, what I did not notice... print length. 64 pages. $15 for 64 pages. It gets worse. But okay, so publication date was April 19th of this year. Alright, so it's a new one, fine, whatever. The book overview. What does it take to become a true legend? Is it raw talent, relentless ambition, or the resilience to rise from the ashes time and time again? For Liza Minnelli, it was all of these and more. Born into Hollywood royalty as the daughter of Judy Garland and Vincent Minnelli, she was destined for greatness, but the path to success was far from easy. From the shadow of her mother's stardom to the dazzling heights of Broadway, Hollywood, and the concert stage, Liza's journey is one of triumph, heartbreak, and an unshakable spirit. This compelling biography dives deep. It's 64 fucking pages! Dives deep into the world of an entertainer who revolutionized showmanship. Follow Liza's transformation from an ambitious young performer to an Academy Award-winning actress in cabaret, a Tony Award-winning sensation, and a musical icon with unforgettable classics like New York, New York. Way to only give a single... Alright, whatever, I don't care. But beyond the glamour, there were personal struggles, tumultuous relationships, battles with addiction, and health crises that nearly silenced her forever. So dramatic. True, but the way they're wording it makes this sound like it had potential, right? Still, Liza Minnelli is a woman who refuses to be dimmed. Her resilience, passion, and unparalleled ability to captivate audiences have withstood the test of time. This book explores the highs and lows of her life, revealing untold stories and unveiling the real Liza, the woman behind the sequins and the spotlight. If you think you know Liza Minnelli, think again. Her story is one of exceptional talent, unyielding determination, and a legacy that continues to inspire. Ready to step into her world, turn the page, and prepare to be captivated. The fact that I read that blurb somehow missed that it is only 64 pages and just threw it in the cart. In my defense, I impulse bought this from a hospital bed, so I have that on my side as an excuse for how I fell for it this one time, okay? But this is very clearly an Amazon print on demand, as I found. July 28th, 2025. Incidentally, the day I ordered it. Yes. So it shows up. It is only this thick. The cover is that weird kind of cover where it's like kind of satin glossy, but like the second you touch it, your fingerprints are all over it for the rest of all eternity. And normally with a book like that, I would be the OCD person who would put gloves on, but this is AI slop, therefore I don't give a shit. So, I should have had another tip-off. This photo, look closely at it. Look very closely at it. That is not a photograph. I know the photo it is trying to be, but it's not. One of two things has gone on here. Either A, they took the original photo and they airbrushed it and edited her facial features within an inch of her life to even out imperfections or something, because like, right off the bat, like the one lower side of her lower lip completely evened out. Her nose straightened. They've done something with the width that's different from how it normally looks. The eye shape, like, at first glance it seems okay, but the closer you look, especially the one on this side, like, look close at that, it's like, oh yeah, you can definitely see that some alterations have happened here. And then the closer you look at the hair, it's like, yeah, that's not even real hair. Alright, okay. I'm erring on the side of, I believe this is an AI image generation of Liza, though, trying to recreate that photo. How do I know that? Because I play with AI image generators all the fucking time. I know generally how they interpret Liza's face, because she is one of my favorite people to plug into those just for my own amusement, not to try to pass them off as anything. I don't even post them anywhere. I literally just, like, post them back and forth to my best friend. We just, you know, for our own amusement with our favorite celebrities, we put them in stupid situations just to make each other laugh. This is the level of nerds we are, alright? We're harmless nerds, but we are nerds nonetheless. So, anyway. Should have known. But, you know, on this one, I think I get a teeny bit of a free pass. But it also should have been a red flag that there was not a single review on this book. There is now, because I added it. It's a 1-star review, but, like, Jesus Christ. Alright, so, what exactly is inside this book? So, one of the pages is just that. Then we have a copyright page. Copyright Boyce M. Dunphy 2025. All rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means, including photocopying, recording, whoops, or other electronic or mechanical methods without the prior written permission of the publisher, except in the case of brief quotations embodied in critical reviews. Well, this is a critical review. And certain other non-commercial uses permitted by copyright law. This book is an independent biography and is not authorized, endorsed, licensed, or affiliated with Liza Minnelli or any of his representatives. His! Liza is not a he. This is not Liza with a D, okay? Like this. Jesus Christ, okay. It is intended for informational and educational purposes anyway. Do not use this for education. All trademarks and names mentioned belong to their respective owners and are used under fair use for descriptive purposes. Yeah, I don't know about that. So the table of contents. Notice how large the font is. The whole book is like that. And it's still only 64 pages. But it's like, this is the formatting. Look at those margins. Look at the spacing. Look at the typeface. Mind blown. But it was like, alright, fine, I will give it the benefit of the doubt. And I read through this thing in under an hour, because I'm me, but it was like, oh my god. Even at the end of every sentence, they don't just do the double space, they do like a quadruple space. Like, I can fit my entire pinky in between each sentence in this book for how they formatted it. Now that sounds like I'm being nitpicky, but that's one of those things where I'm like, A, you are trying to puff this up to fill out a book, and B, this is also kind of one of those AI tells. I am not real big on believing in the whole M- thing is telling of AI, because I am a big fan of the M-. I have always used the M- all over the place in my own writing, so now I'm hyper focused on, are people going to think my writing is AI because of it? But it's like, I've always written like that, I'm not changing it now, but there's other tells like that, or like how many times it continually uses the same phrases and words. The one that I practically needed a click counter for in this book is watershed moment. I'm sorry, how many watershed moments do you think this person is having? You generally get like 1 or 2 of those. This book is about 64 pages, right? There's practically that many mentions of watershed moment, and I'm like, almost to the point where every time they're starting to ramp up the description of anything iconic in her life, I'm like, oh god, they're gonna say it again, aren't they? They're gonna say it again! And I would breathe a sigh of relief the times it didn't, but then the minute it would, I was like, ah! They did it again! I want to throw the damn book. I was like, oh my god, this is the most frustrating thing I have seen in a while. Holy shit. Holy shit. But it's just like, I'm trying to find things that jump out at me to share as fair use, that I was just like, I'm sorry, what? Like, alright. Nothing particularly in the intro really jumped out and grabbed me. Alright. So, part 1, birth and family background. And yeah, it's like, basically, the shit you would find on Wikipedia is what you will find here. Except Wikipedia is more accurate. I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? Like, they really keep hammering home the challenges of growing up with Judy Garland as a mother, with her addiction and her mental health issues. It's like, okay, we got it the first time. You didn't have to mention it every time Judy's her name comes up in this. Like, we got it the first time. But alright, fine, whatever. But all of it is very surface level, Wikipedia level shit. It doesn't even go as deep as Wikipedia, to be honest. So I'm just like, yeah, this is for sure AI. And there were certain things that, as an actual Liza fan, caught my attention where I'm like, no human wrote this. No human wrote this. Because pointing out, like, her greatest films, okay, obviously you're gonna mention Cabaret. They put a lot of focus on the sterile cuckoo, which, I mean, I'll stand by that, but no one does that. Not to the degree this did. It gave that more attention than Cabaret. And then other highlights include Lucky Lady and Arthur, among others. The book's words. I was like, no human is counting Lucky Lady as a career highlight. No one is counting that. That is arguably one of, if not the worst film she made. I'm like, no. This is fucking AI, whatever. But then it was like, alright, now it's a game, let's see how stupid it gets. And yeah, then we've got the impact of Judy Garland and Vincent Minnelli. It is like the most obvious shit you could humanly say. Let's see. It gets basic facts wrong, like the order that, like, she and her siblings were born in. Real life, it's Liza was first, then Lorna and Joey from the next husband of Judy's. This book tries to claim Lorna was the oldest, then Liza, then Joey. I'm like, wow, the AI couldn't even get something as basic as that right. Wow, alright. Oh boy, chapter 2, Rising Star in New York. It just, like, jumps from birth to moving out to New York. It's like, okay, well. And it doesn't go into any of the drama or anything that it easily could have or should have. Nope, skipped all of that, just straight into Broadway. It's like, okay, wow. But it mentions, like, without or actually, no. I take that back. I was gonna say it mentions her first show, pre-Flora the Red Menace, back when she was in Best Foot Forward. I was gonna say they didn't even name drop the show, but I take that back. They technically did, but the way they worded it made it almost seem like that wasn't even the same show they were referencing. It is odd. So, yeah, it was in the... So let me find it. Yeah, I'm not reading that. It's like the longest run-on sentence where I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? No human wrote this, and no human edited this. No editing at all, no fact-checking went on. They just plug it into AI, throw it in a book, and sell it. Apparently was the MO here. And it shows. The further in you get, the more inaccurate it gets, and it's kind of hilarious. And it jumps, like, straight from Flora the Red Menace into all of the Tony Awards she ever won. But then it starts, like, inventing shows she was never in. Or, like, the ones she was in, for real, they get the years wrong on. And I'm like, this is pretty easy, basic stuff to fact check, even for an AI. There is no excuse. Things like Liza's at the Palace, got the year wrong on that. I take personal issue with it, because that is the one I went and saw. And then trying to claim it was a more private setting. Bitch, she was playing the Palace Theater! How is that a private setting? I'm sorry, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, I'm not, but we're moving on. We're moving on. It's fine. It's fine. And they skip over the rink entirely. Like, that just doesn't even matter, evidently. But whatever. Actually, did it even mention the act? I don't think it did. No, I take that back. It did mention the act, but it skipped the rink. Alright. So then, transitioning to music and discography. And this is where it starts getting truly bizarre. Because it's like, wait, what? It does mention her first one. Its description of it does not match what it actually is. And then it's just like, after that first one, it skips a bunch. And then claims her next album was Liza Minnelli live at the London Palladium, 1973. Bro, when she played the Palladium, that was with her mom. That was back in the 60s. Try 63. And Liza with a Z, 1972. I'm just like, alright, whatever. I'm just gonna sit here, I'm gonna bite my fucking tongue. I'm gonna bite my fucking tongue. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Signature songs, Cabaret in New York, New York. She has others, you know, that are also signature songs. Like, oh, I don't know, But the World Goes Round. Maybe this time I could go on. But, like, those should have also been mentioned here. They only give 2. Like, I just... Fucking A. Anywho. And it's just like... Following the triumph of Cabaret, it goes straight to New York, New York, as if nothing happened in between. Breathe. Breathe. They're acting as if there was no albums in between, as if there's no movies in between, just straight ahead to it. Fuck it. Like, what? And then it starts getting more obvious when it gets to, like, the tour she did with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr., because it's not even referring to it by the correct name. Like, that is not the tour name. They're referring to it as just Frank, Liza, and Sammy. It's like, no, that was the ultimate event tour. Jesus Christ. But, whatever. And then we get to the chapter on the films, where it's like, okay, we've got the first... 3 paragraphs alone given to Sterile Cuckoo. We've got 2, 3, 4 on Cabaret. And then Hollywood career highlights, Lucky Lady, Arthur, and more. That's what I was referencing earlier, and I'm like, I beggeth your finest pardon. The fact that they talk about this with the wording, Her ability to hold her own among the two main guys demonstrated her rising stardom in Hollywood. Not two main actors, not two main stars, two main guys! I would like to have a word with the author, even if it means having a word with an AI. I don't give a shit. I need to yell at it. Jesus. Oh, goodness. And those are the only other films mentioned. Just that and Arthur. No other films apparently happened, according to this book, just those. Even though it said among more, but not a mention of anything else. Then Liza's early TV appearances in variety shows, and it also starts getting real sketchy here, because it jumps straight to Arrested Development. I'm sorry, how is this early TV appearances? That was in the 2000s. But my favorite part, the chef's kiss moment, and I had to take a photo of this and send it to my sister at like 1 a.m. while I was reading this last night, because I was just like, holy shit, this is hilarious, and a human definitely did not write it. So for the bit about Arrested Development, they entitle this, Development of Arrests and Later Career Rebirth. I could not make this shit up. You can see it yourself. Yeah. Yeah. But it gets more interesting, because after that... Where is it? By fusing her private life with her public persona, her roles in comedies like Will and Grace gave her legacy a new depth and gave her the chance to once again demonstrate her comedic timing. Liza was never on Will and Grace at any point. What the fuck are you talking about? And then Liza has starred in several TV movies such as The Incident from 2009, where she played a woman who had to deal with a group of unruly guests during a dinner party. Liza was able to maintain her reputation and keep her fans engaged with her work thanks to her low-key performances. This does not exist. This is not a thing that ever happened. What the fuck are you talking about, book? What are you talking about? It is making shit up out of whole cloth by this point. I'm like, what? And I'm just like sitting here like, are you kidding me right now? And then it just goes back to talking about Arrested Development. No other shows that actually happened or mentioned before or after Arrested Development. Nope. The only one that is mentioned that actually is real is Arrested Development. Okay. It's fine. Part 7, health struggles and impact on performances. And you know they got shit wrong here too, because like most of it, they skipped. They spend the whole thing referencing one hip replacement and one knee replacement. Yep, that's it. Like, dear God. And yeah, they just try to puff it up to fill all this space. All of it. Like, all of it, it doesn't mention any other specifics. Just that this show was affected by health problems. Liza's at the Palace was affected by health problems. I'm like, either be specific or don't say it. Like, yes, there were health problems. You're not wrong. Actually fucking talk about them. You're writing a goddamn book. This is not difficult. You only filled 64 pages. This is not difficult. Okay. Chapter 8, Personal Life of Liza Minnelli. It is literally nothing but just like giving the Cliff's Notes too long didn't read version of each of her husbands. And it still fucking gets it wrong! Okay. Like, Peter Allen? Fine. They got that correct. By the time they get to husband number 2, they are already fucking up facts. Because they're pointing out, where was it? Like, the marriage started in 74, barely a year after Liza's divorce from Peter Allen. Yet they put the marriage dissolved in 74 for Peter Allen. Oh, Google! When did Liza Minnelli divorce Peter Allen? July 24th, 74. Okay, when did Liza Minnelli marry Jack Haley Jr.? September 15th, 74. Well, yes, it is same year. It is very close, but their wording... Where was it? Barely a year after Liza's divorce from Peter Allen. I'm sorry, there was like 3 months in reality. How is that barely a year after? I just... That is why I brought up the dates, because it's like, I know the years, but I'm like, I want the dates so I can tell you the exacts, and then point out again what they said, because, no! Is my autism showing right now? Yes! Do I give a fuck? No! But like, Jesus. Could I have gotten the good, helpful kind of autism that's like good at math or something? No, I get the obsess over celebrities and facts autism that is useful for absolutely nothing. So, that's fun. Anyway, so... Then it goes into the Mark Jarrow thing, which everything they write here, besides the years, is incorrect. Entire thing. Then we have the David Guest one. And I just... I need to pull this up again. For reasons. When did Liza Minnelli divorce David Guest? Okay, fine. Technically, they have the years correct, but they make it sound like they were together all of that time. They were only together 16 months. So I was like, see, 2002 to 2007, that's not, well, I guess technically for when the divorce was finalized, yeah, but no, but yeah. They were only together 16 months though, so that's all my brain, like, registers with that. But regardless, whatever. But, like... Despite the controversy surrounding their marriage, Liza and David remained on relatively good terms after their divorce. The hell they did not! Like, I'm sorry, what? The only one she got nasty with after the divorce is David, to the point where they had it, like, as part of the divorce proceedings, neither one of them were allowed to publicly speak about the other at all, or they could sue each other over it. David kind of didn't really play along with this, but Liza actually behaved herself for once in her fucking life. But, like, seriously, the fact that they're like, nah, they remain on good terms, like, listen how she talks now that he's gone. Yeah, no, they did not. They did not. And then it jumps into family dynamics, Lorna Luft, Joey Luft, and Judy Garland's legacy. Which is where they got, like, the age is wrong and pretty much everything in here fucking wrong. And then the legacy of Judy Garland because reasons? I don't know. And then contributions to charities and causes, which some of it they have correct. Like the AIDS charities, the LGBTQ charities. Yeah, it is correct on that. They've also got, let's see, they're still going on about those. Still going on about those. Pretty much only mentioning those. They are leaving out a whole hell of a lot of other ones that she has been involved in. That's why I'm like, bro. And then just conclusion. Like I said, AI slop. Print on demand, $15 for the privilege. At least I got a good chuckle out of it. I guess I'll put it on my bookshelf along with the rest of my Liza books, although this feels like a bastardization to put this one there, but what else am I gonna do with it? But I'm just like, please do not waste your money on this thing. This is not accurate. This is definitely not worth $15. It's not even worth the half price for the Kindle version. It just, everything about this is wrong. It's not even authorized, which, I mean, I could forgive that. I have plenty of books on her that aren't authorized that are fine, but, like, seriously? Seriously. And the inaccuracies all over the place, and all the tells of the writing style, that this is for sure AI, that I'm like, nope. I'm exhausted after that. That was an emotional roller coaster. And this is calmer than I was last night when I was actually flipping through that thing for the first time. I was just like, my brain was melting reading that. I was just like, I cannot comprehend how they did this so poorly across so few pages. Like, if you're gonna make it that short, you make those pages count, right? No, they were just like, no, shut up and hold my beer. We're gonna do the worst job humanly possible you have ever seen on one of these. Oh, but it gets better, because then if you, like, go into the author's page on Amazon, it's just, like, a whole collection of these kind of biographies on all different stars that they crank out like shovelware, and I'm like, I have no words, dude. I have no damn words. Other than do not buy that damn book. You're welcome! We all await Liza's actual book coming out next year. Very excited for that. That is pre-ordered, has been for months. So, if you don't have it pre-ordered yet, go do that. They don't have the official cover up yet, but they have the title, they have like the whole description, the details, all that stuff's there, in place, comes out in March. Get that one, not this one. I rest my case. Anyway, so that's it for this one, guys. You know what to do. Subscribe, bell notification, comment, do all the good shit, follow the socials, and I will see you next time.